No DQ Galaxy, we are live with a recap of Friday Night Smackdown for July 28th, 2023 on the road to SummerSlam, Detroit, Michigan. I will be there for this event at Ford Field. Very much looking forward to it. The site of WrestleMania 23. And speaking of WrestleMania, this week's SmackDown was in New Orleans, Louisiana, the city that hosted WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania 34. Now, let's get into this SmackDown recap. We opened up the show with Jey Uso in the ring. And real quick, shout out to Darren G, no relation to Big G, sent in a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Darren. Much appreciated. Says, haven't donated in a while. Happy to support No DQ. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday night, Aaron. Hashtag say yes to No DQ. I'm doing very well. Thank you for that again, Darren G. Much love and appreciation for your longtime support of the No DQ YouTube channel. All right, Jey Uso in the ring. He talked about how it was him being in the bloodline. Not the different version of the line is what I was trying to say. The old line was the bloodline is now in your city. Now it's just Jey Uso is in your city. He was quickly interrupted by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, of course, with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. Reigns said that he made the right-hand man. He made main event Jey. Jey responded by saying that all he did was support Roman Reigns and watch Roman's back. He believed that Roman Reigns could lead WWE and their family for that matter. But according to Jey, Roman broke the family and broke Jimmy. Reigns said that it was Jey's fault for what happened to Jimmy. And if Jimmy did not get hurt in 2020, according to Reigns, Jey would have never had a chance to be the right-hand man. Reigns said when he beats Jey, Jey will no longer be part of their legacy. And then Reigns added that if Jey does manage to somehow pick up the win, he'll still be Roman Reigns, but Jey will have nobody left. But it's not going to happen according to Reigns. Jey will not beat him. Jey said he has beaten Roman. He did it Money in the Bank, and he vowed to do it again at SummerSlam in the Tribal Combat match. Segment was pretty good, although fairly standard, nothing groundbreaking or anything in it. Just basically hyping up the match, but wasn't my favorite Bloodline segment. Still good, but felt like it was just rehashing a lot of what's already been established with these guys. We had Grayson Waller backstage approach Jey Uso, wanted Jey to appear on his show. And Jey responded by slapping Grayson Waller. Did not want to be part of the Grayson Waller effect. We had our first match of the evening, which was Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Final match in this little tournament to determine Austin Theory's next challenger for the United States Championship. Sportsmanship in the beginning, ROH style. We had the handshake in the beginning. Austin Theory was watching in a luxury box. Escobar escaped an early 619 attempt. Rey took him down with a dive. It went back and forth after the first commercial break. And then Rey missed his baseball slide splash to the outside. Escobar then delivered a suicide dive to the outside. We went to a second commercial break. And when we came back, Rey Mysterio was being checked on. They showed a replay of the suicide dive, and it looked like Rey may have bounced his head on the floor. The referee called off the match. Santos Escobar was your winner. Very odd. Now, apparently, this was a work, part of the storyline, and Rey's okay. It was odd, though. WWE usually doesn't do injury angles like this where somebody's hurt and the match is called off, but it was suspicious when they kept showing replays of it, which in legit situations they don't do, and they don't showcase the video clips on social media. Like, they would not post the video, or they would pull the suicide dive spot if it was legitimate. So what does this mean? Why did they do this? Was this a way to protect Rey Mysterio? I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. Now, maybe they have a plan here, but I wanted to see Santos Escobar beat Rey clean. Like, I think that would have been great for Santos, elevate him to the next level. Rey's not going to be hurt from a loss, but they might have something up their sleeve with this. This might be the beginning of a longer storyline between Rey and Santos. Remember, several months ago, I was suspicious of this whole Rey Mysterio Santos Escobar pairing. My first thought at the time was that Santos is just going to turn against Rey and go heel. And that ultimately might be what happens here. They may set up a rematch at some point and Santos turns against Rey. I'm just a little shocked. If this was in fact a storyline here, why not just have Santos beat Rey clean and elevate him to the next level? Very odd, in my opinion. And it felt kind of flat, like the crowd, not sure if it's legit, not sure what the hell is going on. Did not get a big reaction when it was all said and done. And I think Santos pinning Rey would have been more noteworthy. We had a backstage segment with Bianca Belair being confronted by the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Karens, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville. Charlotte then showed up because why not? And she proposed a tag team match. Bianca wanted no part of this, but Charlotte said she was going to Adam Pearce, and guess what? They made the match. More on that in a few. We had Hit Row in the ring. They started insulting the town, and sure enough, LA Knight's music hit. Huge pop for LA Knight, as always. He came out there, he started insulting Hit Row. He even said that B-Fab was horny. He was definitely spitting on the mic, that's for sure. And we had this match between LA Knight and Ashanti Adonis. Basically a squash match. Ashanti with a cheap shot to start the match, and then Top Dollar took a cheap shot from the outside while the referee was distracted. But LA Knight quickly made his comeback, got the win with his elbow drop, followed by the blunt force trauma. And that was that. LA Knight gets a big win here. And yeah, LA Knight called Top Dollar Uncle Phil. I mean, LA Knight was definitely laying into these guys with the insults. Good stuff here. I mean, LA Knight, they're clearly trying to do something with him despite weeks of uncertainty, and more on LA Knight here in just a few moments. We had Adam Pearce backstage talking to Jey Uso, and a match was set up for the main event. Adam Pearce going up, or not Adam Pearce, Grayson Waller going up against Jey Uso in the main event of the show. We then had our tag team match, I guess non-title here. The Karens versus Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. One of those can they coexist matches. Charlotte and Bianca were doing well early, but then the champions got the upper hand. They worked over Bianca for a while, and then Charlotte got the hot tag. Then Bianca tagged back in, went for the KOD, but guess what? Charlotte tagged herself in, hit the big boot, and stole the win. You know, I mean, come on. We see this all the time. This coexist storyline, each one trying to outshine the other, and they're not getting along. It's just so lame, in my opinion. And furthermore, you have the tag team champions losing a non-title match. They just won the titles. Well, there you go. I mean, we all thought that the tag team titles were going to be taken more seriously again. Well, you can throw that out the window. They lose a non-title match like a week after winning the titles, or 2 weeks, whatever it was. Oh, man, this is just lazy booking 101, in my opinion. And Walter Cruz sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Walter. Says, that didn't take long. The Karens just won the tag team titles and then lose to people that aren't even a tag team, no less. Way to make me care less about the titles, WWE. Yeah, I could not have said it better, Walter, maybe with a few less spelling and grammar errors, but you're right, Walter. Now I was starting to actually care, and maybe that was my mistake. Like, I should have known better. Like, realistically, are they ever going to care about those women's tag team titles? Probably not. They're props. Really, that's what they are. Like, they really mean nothing. So to get any emotional investment is a waste of energy, as far as I'm concerned. And it did nothing to get me hyped up for the triple threat. So it really did not accomplish anything. We had Bobby Lashley with the Street Profits. They were having like a meetup in some fancy location. And Lashley said that the Profits should be treated like stars, and they should also dress like stars. And he brought in some suits, I guess, for the Profits to try on. And are they going heel? What's going on here? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what the direction is for Lashley and the Profits. Probably after SummerSlam, we'll get a clearer picture of where this is going. And then backstage, Io Sky was confronting Bayley about last week when Bayley was running away from Shotzi. And there was something in Bayley's bag, like a little note, a little thing to scare Bayley even further. And then Asuka showed up. Asuka and Io exchanged some words, and Io actually spoke in English and said she will leave SummerSlam as champion regardless of who wins the triple threat match. We'll see about that. I mean, I would like to see Io hold on to that briefcase for a while, but nothing would surprise me. Like, we'll talk about predictions next week. I think I have an idea of where this may go. But, I mean, this is like one of the matches I do not care about for SummerSlam. Like, I really have little to no interest in it. We had the announcement that there will be a Slim Jim Battle Royal at SummerSlam. So I guess we get to see everybody on the roster on the card. Got to get everybody on the show, right? It's one of those matches. And one of those guys is LA Knight. He went backstage. He told Adam Pearce it's a big misstep for him to not be at SummerSlam. He wants to be in the Battle Royal. Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes showed up, and Sheamus, LA Knight, I presume Brawling Brutes as well. They're all going to be in the Battle Royal. And then Adam Pearce made the match for next week. Sheamus one-on-one with LA Knight. I mean, LA Knight seems like the obvious guy to win it, but like I still don't know. Like you would think that at this point they're going full speed ahead on the push, but I'm still not getting my hopes up. I don't know if I want to pick LA Knight to win this battle royal because I just don't have that much confidence that they're gonna keep this push going. I mean, ultimately, this battle royal means nothing. Like it's really what I just said. It's designed to get everybody on the show so everybody can have their moment at Ford Field with the 50,000 plus people. I mean, that's what it is. We had Karrion Kross, and yes, Dave, they should have the winner get something. At this point, I don't think anybody's getting anything for winning this. It's just a battle royal. But yeah, really, the winner should get some kind of title match, whether it's United States title or something, or Intercontinental title, whatever. They get to face the mid-card champion. At least have something for the winner, other than a stupid trophy or bragging rights or whatever the hell the winner gets here. We had Karrion Kross versus Karl Anderson. Basically a showcase match for Karrion Kross. They're trying to rehab him after they practically buried him 6 feet under at Madison Square Garden a few weeks back. Kross actually got his entrance, and Anderson got in a little bit of offense. You know, he looked okay, but then Scarlett grabbed his leg, and Kross got the win. Final Prayer is the new move he's doing. It's like a pump handle slam inverted into a different type of slam. I'm not even sure how to describe it. And afterwards, he applied the cross jacket. OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Michin all ran down to make the save, and that was that. Yeah, maybe the winner of the Battle Royal gets a lifetime supply of Slim Jims. There you go. The winner gets their own Slim Jim commercial. We had our main event of the evening, which was Jey Uso going up against Grayson Waller. Jey has a t-shirt, The Real Chief, on his shirt. Grayson got the early advantage, but then Jey started to build up momentum, and that's when Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman came down there. Roman sat down at ringside to watch the rest of the match. Waller took control for a while. Interestingly enough, they mentioned The Rock on commentary, and Grayson Waller mocked The Rock with his own version of the People's Elbow. He missed, of course, and then he went for the rolling stunner, but got hit with the super kick. And then Jey finished him off 1, 2, 3 with the Uso splash. I wonder if they're doing something with The Rock. Like, if The Rock was not appearing, if that Twitter exchange was just The Rock having a little bit of fun, why would they mention it on TV? Now you're just drilling it into people's heads that there's some beef between Grayson Waller and The Rock. And then they did that spot with Grayson mocking the People's Elbow. Like, this to me feels like an actual tease that The Rock might show up and do something with Grayson. And with the whole Hollywood strike right now, maybe it'll happen at SummerSlam. Maybe The Rock will make a surprise appearance and give Grayson Waller the rub, i.e. rock bottom. After the match was over, Solo Sikoa attacked Jey. Roman Reigns gave him the green light for the Samoan spike, but Jey Uso avoided it. And then Roman Reigns got into the ring. However, Jey took down Roman Reigns with the spear. He speared Roman Reigns. Huge pop from the crowd. But then Solo Sikoa came in, knocked Jey off the top rope as Jey was going for the big splash. And then Solo hit the Uranagi. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa then did a spear and Samoan spike combo to Jey Uso, took him down, and then did it a second time. Roman stood over Jey's lifeless body as SmackDown went off the air. Decent show. Some stuff I did not care for too much, but the Roman stuff, very entertaining as usual. LA Knight entertaining. And then you had some filler. I'd probably go with a B-. Far from the best SmackDown in recent memory, but not too difficult of a watch. Pretty easy and entertaining at times. Didn't really do a whole lot to boost my excitement for SummerSlam. You know, the Battle Royal, it's cool to see everybody, but it's very much a filler match. I would care more about it if they actually said the winner gets a title match or something. Give me a reason to care about this Battle Royal. And the women's match, I mean, if it was pulled from the card, I would not care. And that's about it. You know, we got a little bit of a tease for the future with Bobby Lashley and a few other things, but yeah, not a whole lot. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the latest news and rumors. And Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, maybe The Rock shows up after Roman beats Jey Uso. I mean, he could. He should. Like, he comes out there maybe earlier in the show, does his thing with Grayson Waller, and then after Roman Reigns wins, The Rock shows up. But then the thing is, The Rock already appears, and then that kind of takes away the pop, you know, and the element of surprise. So I'm not sure I would have The Rock come out there with Grayson Waller first. But you would think that they're setting up for something here with Grayson Waller. But then again, if The Rock shows up, why would he not confront Roman Reigns? It would be weird for him to just confront Grayson Waller and then not even approach Roman Reigns at all. Dwayne, I'm not sure yet when SummerSlam predictions are. We're still working on scheduling and everything for that. So stay tuned. I will announce it as soon as we have a confirmed date and time. It'll either be Tuesday night at 7 or Thursday night at 8. One of those two. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. And remember, say yes to NoDQ.com, and I will see you all next time.